But we're going to do this respectfully, otherwise, we'll end in a duel. And I mean a duel, real life duel, where only one person walks away. We can meet with guns, bottles, knives, or books and equations. But we're going to do this like men. So, get ready. Get ready.
Oh my God.
I think we got my man Terrence Howard. So Terrence Howard's been taking a whole lot of heat. He's been taking a whole lot of heat since he first went on, I believe it was Valuetainment was the show that he went on. No, it was the Joe Rogan. So he went on Valuetainment recently, and he had some explosive things to say. Something about your boy Diddy. Yeah. But aside from that, he's been taking a lot of heat from the science community. This science community seems to be very cultish. When I look at how the science community behaved during 2020 with that thing that happened, and then you look at a situation like this with Terrence Howard, who obviously was not a career scientist, or I don't know what, a quote unquote, with the title career scientist, based on the things that he expresses, the knowledge that he has. I think that's actually a testament to him of how committed he is to learning a lot of these things. And I think it also shows that a lot of these other scientists are very cultish and very lazy in simply thinking that they could just shove him to the side and say whatever they want about him and discredit him just because he doesn't have the fancy degrees and fancy white papers that a lot of these other scientists have. So let's listen to what Terrence Howard had to say when it comes to manhood and playing the man card. That was something very big for him in his last interview with Valuetainment. So let me pull that up on the screen and get your guys' thoughts.
Listen, before y'all talk about me, y'all need to talk to me. You see, once upon a time, if a man questioned another man's honor, he didn't do it from the shadows. He had to do it out in the open, with his name, his chest out, and his chin high. Not hiding behind a keyboard or tucked behind editing clips of fair use disclaimers. You see, citing Section 107 of the Copyright Act does not give you free rein to defame, misrepresent, or harm another's reputation. Fair use is not a shield for character assassination. So here's the simple truth. If you take my words, my image, my ideas, and twist them to feed your fear and inflate your ego, if you profit off of my name while calling me a liar, then be prepared to stand behind your accusations. Because in the old world, men didn't hide behind anything when they spoke against someone. They had to speak it with their whole being. And if you're going to speak against me, then use the same courage that it took for me to say those truths. Man to man, eye to eye, integrity and in truth. I've spent a lifetime earning the right to speak with the conviction about...
Ew. Sorry to interrupt the video. We got a new challenge. 20,000 by the end of April. We fell short in March, but we're going to get our goal this month. Thank you all in advance for those that are going to continue to like, subscribe, maybe even leave some comments and let us know how we're doing. And on that note, let me let y'all get back to the video and I'll see y'all soon. Ew.
These truths that I speak. So if you want to tear that down, have the decency to come and say it directly to my face. And say it like a man.
And I want to keep playing, but I want to interject very quickly. With social media and everything being online, and we always hear about, people having Twitter fingers. People think that they can say any and everything about individuals and them never be confronted. A lot of things that I don't know if, as I'm thinking about it right now, it's almost, I feel pretty confident in saying that social media has emasculated conversation amongst men in a lot of ways. It's become very what we used to call, and not to throw any shade at women, but very gossipy, very chatty-patty-ish, where people just think that they can say any and everything and it never be addressed, it never be checked, just because you're never going to run into these people, you're never going to see them in real life, and people just know that they can say whatever and it never be challenged. Or a lot of people that you speak to, think about the media right now, people that watch MSNBC, people that watch CNN don't watch Fox. They don't go to check a conservative outlet. And people that watch Fox, they don't go and watch MSNBC or CNN or check some type of liberal outlet. It's literally just become name calling, and we see it escalated in so many different ways, some that we're going to play in some videos later on in the show. But this is the pettiness that has come out. It's come out in politics. It's come out online. This is why I don't know. It just seems that people are willing to do and say and behave in ways that traditionally we would have felt that you had to have more honor at. And what he's alluding to, I believe, is when you say back in the day, when you insulted a man's honor, literally, you got to the point where you could have a duel. Are you calling me a liar? Are you telling me that my word is not my bond? This is what Terrence Howard is talking about. Now, you may not agree with how extreme he is getting ready to go, but there is something to say about how things have become and how freely people feel that they can speak on certain people, disrespect certain people. And aside from the disrespect, but just how freely people can speak on certain things and say it as certain truths, just like in the previous video, without actually, well, I can't say just like the previous video, that's a little bit different, but without actually doing any research, without giving any evidence, citing any sources, giving any reason, but just addressing more so the person's personality. This is what politics has come down to. Nobody's insulting the actual policies. Nobody's insulting it. Well, some people are. I can't even say that. But more, it's like name calling. It's high school name calling. Who can say the best joke, or who can? It just has become very childish.
If you're going to talk about the geometry, have other geometries to argue against it.
Hi, my brother Dwayne in the building.
Supersymmetry, speak of other supersymmetries that would work against it. If you're going to talk about the white papers, provide your own white paper as an argument to argue against the equations or the conclusions. But we're going to do this respectfully, otherwise we'll end in a duel. And I mean a duel, real life duel, where only one person walks away. We can meet with guns, bottles, knives, or books and equations. But we're going to do this like men. So, get ready. Get ready.
I mean, he summed his feelings up. Need I say more? Now, like I said, obviously that's a little, I mean, what maybe that's a funny thing. I was getting ready to say, obviously that's a little bit extreme, but 100 years ago, I guess that would be the norm, right? Maybe less than that. I don't know. Now, this is just maybe another example of that pendulum swing where, it's like things have gone so far over here to the point where people feel they can say anything. Now, Terrence Howard, he's ready to have a duel. If you say something about his research or say something or make it about him with a personal attack, that's what I feel that he's saying. He's sitting here saying like, hey, come to me. Don't just try to profit off of me or get attention by criticizing me, by downplaying me, by making it seem like I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. If you don't have the courage to actually have that conversation with me face to face, can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at that. At least I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I don't know if y'all are mad at that. All right, so let's move on. So speaking of the pettiness, let's move on to one of those petty videos that I can't front. I laughed at. Y'all, I don't know. Y'all may say the same thing. So, it's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.